Hi, welcome to High Road to You. This is Mark Stofer, and I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And I wanted to share something that was incredibly precious and dear to my heart. I had family over today, and my son came and barbecued an amazing meal and brought his future wife, and it was beyond precious. My brother and sister, and just really enjoying each other's company and engaging in conversations that really reminiscing and then also looking at future plans and that experience by far outweighed any gift exchange. And I think about that on the context that growing up in an environment where it was very toxic and holidays were stressful because we couldn't afford the gifts, if you will, and I stole gifts at a very young age to just be at the table, I guess you could say, in the Western culture influence of, gift giving, and it was toxic. There's a lot of things happening now where people are going into stores and just walking out, and as long as it's under $1,000, it's there's no crime, I guess. I don't know, but I think about how this capitalism in Western culture, really doesn't feed the soul, to a very large extent. I think about a lot of toxic industry. What would we do without toxic industry? Honestly, think about that. My family was in and out of the system, in and out of prison. And if you think about what it takes to build out the prisons, prevailing wage to, construct these infrastructures and then to maintain them, and how many people it employs. Think about the processed food industry, and how much it employs, the health issues that we have in our country, in our world. This Western culture influence it's pretty toxic if you think about it. I put out there, a link to the story of stuff. I'll put it in this video as well, and it is incredibly disheartening. So, I grew up in an environment where it wasn't healthy. It was toxic, and it was a hoard fest. We had a 2-bedroom apartment, family of 4, single mom, and my brother, sister, and myself. And it was, trinkets piled upon trinkets and things that we would never use, or the clothes that we would never wear. But nothing was really thrown away. But ultimately, it was mortifying. I was embarrassed at that age, at a very young age. And then my mom would lose her apartment. We'd end up at my grandparents', and they would have hordes of stuff. But it might be crystal and china. And I remember being like 10 years old and organizing my grandmother's stuff. And how many sets of china do you need? And and then it was, in my opinion, it was a way to just ignore the train wreck of her children, my mom, my uncle, my aunt. And it was pretty sad. But I think about this in the context of what is quality time, what is really valuable in our life as we spend it on this earth while we're here. And it's not stuff. We're not here to serve our stuff, and we get on that treadmill, but ultimately it's just toxic, in my opinion. I remember Black Friday, and my wife at the time was saying, we got to do this thing. And it was exciting to get up early, and I didn't really entirely understand it. In fact, I grabbed a cart and I went into, a store. I think it was Target, but anyway, I couldn't move an inch. And I just realized what was happening. I said, get me out of here now. And I was just mortified by the whole experience. Like, there's nothing that we need, really. And I propose that is the healthiest choice. Is less is more. Less is much, much better. And I propose too, if capitalism depends on, consumerism as it does, and we have to, look at the economy and how the wheels turn. If there's a downside, then war becomes the next obvious, vehicle to sustain us, right? The War Dogs was a really comical movie, but the truth of the fact that, war creates economy. And we got something to think about, I think, very much so. I mean, the high road to you is about sustainability. High road to you about, eating well, being physically and socially active every day and being productive, obviously. But it appears like planned obsolescence in a way. Think about the processed food industry. And, what kind of industry that creates in the healthcare, why we have the problems that we have is that if everybody else, had been taking care of themselves nutritionally, we wouldn't have the healthcare issues that we have in our country, in our world. But if we eradicated all the processed food industry that is causing these health issues that we have, mental health issues, physical health issues, emotional health issues, what would we do, right? So I just, I can't understand it, honestly. I just know that I enjoyed a great quality time with my family without gift exchange. And I'm thankful that, we had a great time, a great experience without, the added, pile of things to try to figure out where to put it in your, overwhelmed life. So, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this stuff out, but it does feel like it doesn't end well in the system that we have. So help me figure that one out. Leave your comments, reach out. It'd be great to hear from you. And I hope this message finds you well.